In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on October 15, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Mississippi State versus Kentucky. The Kentucky Wildcats play host to the Mississippi State Bulldogs on Saturday night in a crucial Southeastern Conference showdown from Kroger Field. The Bulldogs come in with a stellar 5-1 mark, and with 3 wins in a row, things seem to be moving in the right direction for this group. For the Wildcats, back-to-back losses have them moving in the other direction, and while once seen as a contender in the Southeastern Conference, now has them simply looking to snap their skid. The Bulldogs won last year's battle, but now that they have to go on the road for this one, it could spell trouble in the rematch. Mississippi State is 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games against a team with a winning record, and 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games in October, while the over is 4-1 in their last 5 road games against a team with a winning home record. Kentucky is 18-8-1 against the spread in their last 27 home games, and 19-5-2 against the spread in their last 26 games against a team with a winning record, while the over is 5-2 in their last 7 conference games. Mississippi State and their pass-heavy offense will go against arguably the toughest defense they have played all season, especially against the pass. However, I still do not believe that the Wildcat defense is good enough to stop the momentum of the Bulldogs. Will Levis will more than likely return as the starting quarterback for Kentucky, but their other injuries, including top receiver Robinson, reinforces my belief that Mississippi State will eventually pull away late and take the win convincingly. Mississippi State is currently 4-1 against the spread this year, and Kentucky is 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games following a loss. The Wildcats have been solid against the pass, but haven't faced a team that can air it out like Mississippi State this season. The Bulldogs have really turned it on in recent weeks, and while Kentucky has played well early on this year, they've really struggled in their last couple of games, especially offensively, and I think the Wildcats will struggle to keep pace here as well. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Bulldogs have one of the best defenses in the country, and their ability to score in a hurry and increase the pace in this one should be enough for them to drive the scoring up. For Kentucky, having their NFL-bound quarterback back should help as well, and while they won't be able to compete on a drive-by-drive basis in this one, they will be able to score their fair share of points, especially compared to the last few weeks. Additionally, for the Bulldogs, the over is 4-1 in their last 5 road games against a team with a winning home record. The Bulldogs have scored over 120 points over their last 3 contests, and I don't see them slowing down against a Kentucky defensive unit that has been under a ton of stress in recent weeks. The Wildcats' inconsistent play in the passing game won't help them keep things close here, but there is an avenue for Kentucky to put points on the board via the running game. Chris Rodriguez is an excellent player and showed his prowess against Ole Miss on October 1st. While this total is in the realm of possibility considering the strength of both defenses, this is still too low of a number for a game that involves Mississippi State's offense. Look for the Bulldogs to score 30-plus points and the Wildcats to do just enough to get this one past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Nebraska versus Purdue. The Nebraska Cornhuskers take on the Purdue Boilermakers in a Big Ten battle on Saturday night. The Cornhuskers played great defense in a road win against Rutgers last week. The Boilermakers recorded a convincing 31-29 road win against Maryland in their previous action. Purdue earned a 28-23 road win against Nebraska last season. The Cornhuskers are 1-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games, and 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Boilermakers are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games in October, and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 conference games. The under is 4-1 in Cornhuskers' last 5 games overall. The over is 6 6-2 in Boilermakers' last 8 games overall. The Cornhuskers are 2-5-1 against the spread in their last 8 meetings. The Boilermakers are quietly playing their best football of the season right now, and they will face a Nebraska team that has still not been impressive since Frost was fired 2 weeks ago. Nebraska was decent against Indiana, but the Huskers needed a second-half comeback to beat an inconsistent Rutgers team last week, and this team failed to score a single point in the first half of last week's game. O'Connell looked very strong last week, and he should have no problem moving the ball on Nebraska's defense in this matchup. The Huskers have been playing slightly better since Frost's firing, but Nebraska's wins have come against 2 opponents in Indiana and Rutgers who are not on Purdue's level. The Nebraska Cornhuskers have been a team I've blindly faded over the years, and wins over Rutgers and Indiana doesn't change that. Nebraska is still horrible defensively, and the offensive consistency comes and goes. The Purdue Boilermakers are as talented as they've been in years. The defense is top 20 against the run, and the offense has one of the better passing games in the country. The Boilermakers shouldn't have any problem putting up points in this game, and Purdue's improved defense should also be able to get enough stops for them to cover. So the Purdue Boilermakers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Purdue's offense has been strong this year, and the Boilermakers will face a Nebraska defense which has been very inconsistent this year. An Oklahoma team that has struggled offensively at times this year had no problem putting up 49 points on the Huskers. O'Connell is playing his best football of the season. He should have no problem moving the ball on Nebraska on Saturday. The Huskers' offense isn't consistent, but Nebraska should be able to move the ball enough to score at least a couple touchdowns in a game where Purdue is likely to have a big lead throughout. Purdue is still a team that is known for its offense, and the defense has still struggled at times, like in Week 4 when the Boilermakers gave up 26 to Florida Atlantic. Nebraska has posted several big offensive performances this season, and the Purdue defense isn't anything special. They have allowed 26 or more points on 4 occasions this season, including 29 points last week. I am counting on another big game from quarterback Casey Thompson, who has connected on at least 65% of his pass attempts in 5 straight games. In addition, the Boilermakers also have a fantastic passing offense. They are averaging a remarkable 300 passing yards per game, and the Cornhuskers stand 106th overall against the pass. Purdue will opt for the pass in 62% of their plays, which is the 3rd highest in the FBS. The over is also 6-2 in the Boilermakers' last 8 games. This should be a higher scoring game, as I expect plenty of scoring in this one. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Southern California versus Utah. Number 7 USC will try to strengthen its college football playoff resume when it travels to number 20 Utah on Saturday night. The Trojans have won their first 6 games of the season, including a 30-14 win over Washington State last week. Utah had its 4-game winning streak snapped in a 42-32 loss at the number 18 UCLA in its most recent contest. The Trojans are 6-13 against the spread in their last 19 on turf and 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 after an against the spread win. USC is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 in October and 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 road games. Meanwhile, the Utes are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 at home and 6-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record. Utah is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 overall. For a team that had college football playoff aspirations, Utah's hopes for that can come crashing down by Week 7 if they can't pull out a win over USC, as no 3-loss team has ever made the college football playoff. The Trojans have been one of college football's pleasant surprises this year, as Lincoln Riley and quarterback Caleb Williams have turned the Pac-12 on its side with their strong start to the season. Utah lost their 2nd game overall and their first conference game last week at Utah, but USC won convincingly over Washington State. I still think USC is a little undervalued overall, but also in the rankings. The Trojans' offense is top 25 overall, top 20 in yards per play, and top 10 in scoring. Their defense is much improved over last year, and they have a clear path to the Pac-12 title game and the college football playoff. Utah's physical style under head coach Kyle Whittingham has typically worn opponents down, and while they are still physical, their run game with star Tavian Thomas just doesn't seem to have the same effect. Thomas is having his lowest yards per carry season of his college career at 4.5, and he's rushed for just 386 yards through 6 games. The Utes' defense is still strong despite giving up 42 points last week to UCLA, and the USC offense is unlike any offense they've faced this season, and they certainly haven't faced a passer as accomplished as Trojan Trojans quarterback Caleb Williams. They also haven't faced a wide receiver like last year's Biletnikoff Award winner Jordan Addison. Add in the running game with Travis Dye, and USC can beat you in a variety of ways. USC is 10th in the nation in third conversion percentage at 52%. Last week, the Utes allowed UCLA to convert 55% of their third downs. If styles make fights, the Utes only have one real way to win this game. They will do it on the ground and push USC around for the entire game. Cam Rising has to play mistake-free football. In both losses for the Utes, he threw an interception. USC has 12 interceptions and 3 fumble recoveries on the season. I don't think the spread really matters in this game. If Utah wins the game, I don't see it being by just a field goal. I've backed the Trojans on multiple occasions this year, and they've cashed for me. So the USC Trojans to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. I expect the defense of the Utes to have an edge to their game after giving up 42 points in last week's effort. Under the bright Saturday night lights, both teams will try to control the time of possession to stop the other from scoring. USC has hit the under in 3 of their past 4 outings, and they have gotten the under in 4 of their last 5 road games. The Trojan defense has gotten better as well as time has gone on, giving up less than 18 points in their last 3 games. Also, I think the injuries that both teams have sustained on the offensive side of the ball will be more impactful than people think. USC might be without their best wide receiver, and Utah is losing a consistent scoring threat in QI. Utah and USC have the 2 best defenses in the conference, and the Trojans have gone under the total in 4 of their last 5 road games. They are facing their first real test with Lincoln Riley's roster, so I expect some problems to pop up in this contest. Utah's passing game took a hit when Rising's top target went down with a season-ending injury, forcing the Utes to lean more on their rushing attack. Their heavy dose of running will lead to long possessions, ultimately making this a low-scoring affair. Both teams have been lighting up the scoreboard in recent weeks, but I expect the defenses to be the headliner on Saturday. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.